Last week, I checked the screen time. I thought it was going to be bad. It was worse. 6 hours. 6 hours of the day I had spent doing nothing. Watching videos which I don't even remember. Reading about comments which I don't even know about. Refreshing apps every 30 seconds. As if I'm going to get a notification. And it had nothing to do with discipline. My phone had basically hijacked my brain. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how did they do that. There is a reason why scrolling feels the way it does. In 1990s, B.F. Skinner, a behavioral psychologist, ran an experiment with rats. He put the rats in a box, and when they pulled the lever, food came. But it was at random. It was not scheduled and it was not predictable. And because the rats got food randomly, they kept on pressing the lever. They kept on pressing the lever so much and obsessively, the rats could not stop even when they wanted to. The rats kept on pressing it for hours. This is called variable reward schedule. And it was the single most addictive reinforcement pattern that was ever discovered. Remember the experiment that I spoke about? In this experiment, you are the rat. Every time you scroll past a reel, the content that you see is the reward. Sometimes it's good, a funny video. Sometimes it's a message from your friend. And sometimes it's nothing. But you don't know what you're gonna get. So you keep pulling the lever. Instagram has not invented this by accident. And TikTok didn't hide the clock button to give you a full screen experience. These are the most well-funded psychological experiments in the history of humans. When I first heard about this, I thought, hey, I'm not a rat. I have willpower. I have self-control. But it's not about your willpower. The problem is about dopamine. Everybody calls it a pleasure chemical. It's not a pleasure chemical. It's an anticipation chemical. This dopamine chemical is fired not when you get the reward. It fires when you're about to get the reward. So every notification, every buzz, every ting, every like, that gives you a dopamine hit. So automatically your brain has recognized that your phone means anticipation. Anticipation means dopamine. And then there is the algorithm. The algorithm doesn't care if you feel good or not. It only cares if you stay longer on the platform. And the reason why you stay is not because of happiness. It is because of anger. It is because of fear. It is because of your insecurity. Because anger and insecurity are more stickier emotions than joy. 6 hours, 40 minutes. That's the number. Every day. That's more than 100 days every year. A research in University of California said that your attention span has been reduced from 2 minutes to just 47 seconds. 47 seconds. Really? Just 47 seconds before your brain decides to switch activity. The ability to get bored. I know that sounds trivial, but boredom gives you the ability to be more creative. It's where you figure things out. And the moment you start killing those every microseconds of boredom, well, you're killing originality itself.
deep work. That is the kind which is required when you're learning a new skill, which requires at least 90 minutes of concentrated, focused work. 90 minutes, now an average person can't even go 90 seconds without getting distracted.
I realized something when I was going through my screen time. The apps that I was using, it wasn't adding anything to my life per se, anything useful. They were just filling the void which they themselves created. I'm talking about the apps. When I felt anxious, I opened X or YouTube, and then X made me feel more anxious, so I kept on scrolling. The problem and the solution were the same thing, and I am addicted to that loop. And this loop was never designed to close. So, what do we do? There are a few things that you can do. They might not always work, but it's worth a try, right? So, one of them is physical separation. Just keep the phone physically far from you, probably in another room where you don't go usually. Or these solutions might not work every time, but it's worth giving a try. First is physical separation. Try keeping the phone in some other room other than where you work. This will create a type of resistance where you have to get up every time, go to the room to check your phone. Also try to follow this when you're sleeping. I know it sounds extreme, but it is one of the only ways to actually follow or make sure that you can reduce your screen time. The friction of waking up or getting up and walking to another room to check your phone is the only thing which is going to help you reduce it. Step 2 was created by a creator named Jessica McCabe. I hope I'm spelling the name right. She said something to prepare like a dopamine menu. So you create low effort tasks, medium effort tasks, and high effort tasks. In your low effort tasks, you have your listening to music, listening to podcasts, the ones which require the bare minimum effort. The medium efforts would be reading a chapter, going for a walk, those kind of things. And then you have the high effort. It's like learning a skill, building something, or writing. When you feel like scrolling or when your hand reaches out to your phone, you just pick one of the activities from the dopamine menu which you have prepared. It could be a low, medium, or high effort activity. You just replace your scrolling with that. And step 3 is something which actually a lot of work is. Every time I go to my bed, you just have to repeat it to yourself that you are not there for the phone is there for you. And before you think, let me check my phone, hold on for a few seconds. That let me check is trap, and you know it. There is a line in the documentary Social Dilemma. If you're not paying for the product, you are the product. It has stuck with me for so long. I've also repeated it in a previous YouTube video about how I quit social media for 5 years. At this moment, your attention is the most valuable resource on this planet, and companies are spending billions of dollars to cash on that. And most people are giving that away because they didn't even know that they were doing. The phone which you're using, it's not evil, and the algorithm is not a conspiracy. But you have to remember, they are not on your side. They are on the side of whoever is paying for those ads. Your brain belongs to you. Take it back.
A few moments later.